Hello and welcome, I'm your CodeMonkey. The Asset Store is full of awesome tools and assets to help you make your own games. There's more and more awesome visual stuff coming out every month, so in this video let's check out some highlights for April 26th. Even if you don't pick up any of these, it's still great to look at them to see if they inspire you to build something. Just watching these assets is enough to fire up my imagination. I can immediately picture all the kinds of games that I could build. This one is a list of paid assets and effects. I've already made 2 videos covering the best free new assets and the best ones and systems. As always, there's links to the asset description, and as a bonus you can use the coupon CodeMonkey10 off to get 10% off your order. If you want to escape tutorial hell or level up your own skills, then check out my Game Dev Practice Lab. This is a hands-on practice program meant for both beginners and intermediates, where you actually apply what you're learning. There are weekly game mechanic challenges where I give you the starting project files and a set of objectives that you must do in order to complete. Doing this really forces you to do, which in turn really forces you to actually learn, as opposed to just blindly watching videos where you don't really learn anything. So if you do want to level up your skills, if you want to start doing instead of just watching, if so, then check out my Game Dev Practice Lab with a link in the description. Alright, so starting off with a really awesome dark fantasy environment, here we have Book of the Dead Forest. You might actually recognize this one. It was a famous Unity scene back in the day, but it actually stopped working many Unity versions ago. Now this one over here is an updated version that works flawlessly on URP. It looks really gorgeous as always. Very grounded and realistic. You've got some dense foliage and that really nice moody lighting. It is definitely the kind of environment that instantly makes me think some kind of fantasy RPG, maybe something like Skyrim, but it could also fit some kind of horror game, maybe something like Slenderman. Then for some realistic shooter effects, here we have realistic gun VFX. This one is all about muzzle flashes. It's also got bullet impacts and shell ejections, so pretty much all the little details that make guns feel so satisfying. It's got lots of different shell types, lots of different impacts on different surfaces. It looks like the kind of pack that would fit perfectly in any military shooter or realistic FPS. Then for a fantasy environment, here we have some stylized fantasy ruins. This one looks really gorgeous, really nice pack for building some ancient temple area, maybe a ruined kingdom or some kind of JRPG zone. The floating islands look really cool, as does the floating rocks and the ethereal effects. There's a lot of fun fantasy potential here. Definitely one of those packs where just walking around this environment already gives your game a very strong vibe. Next up, for a cool character pack, here we have a modular sci-fi robot. This is a great pack to make for a fun weekend project. Learn how to build a character customization system. I always like these kinds of assets because modular usually means lots of variety. You can get literally millions of unique robots, so this could be an enemy, could be an NPC, or even just a fully playable robot depending on your game. It's got a nice stylized low poly look, very clean. Then here's a super useful character customization pack. It's a realistic hairstyle pack with 20 pieces. This one also has a ton of variety, with the page listing various styles like afros, braids, ponytails, buns, pixie cuts, and a bunch more that I don't even know what they mean. So you can cover lots of very different characters with just this one asset, and by modifying the hair, you modify basically the face of the character. So this helps your character packs become even more infinite with tons of variation. It also says how the hair is rigged, which I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it definitely is the kind of pack that can instantly make your human characters look a lot more complete, a lot more unique. Then here's a fun animation pack. This one is a nightclub bouncer anim set. It is very niche, definitely only useful in a handful of games, but that's fun. If your game needs this specific type of NPC, then this will save you a ton of time. If your game has some kind of nightclub, or really just a guard, or maybe a concert with a bodyguard or something, if so, then this feels perfect. Use it either for the entire game, or maybe if you have some kind of club level on a stealth game, or maybe just a background NPC behavior on some kind of city game. Then for some cozy interiors, here we have a cartoon interactive rooms pack. Right away, I imagine a fun weekend challenge to build a nice house building system with this one pack, something like The Sims, where you decorate a house interior. It's a really nice all-in-one pack for making warm, lived-in spaces. Next up, here's a really fun one, a Toon Onomatopoeia VFX pack, meaning all kinds of words and text just showing up in the effects. This is exactly the kind of thing that can make a game feel way more playful. With these comic book style impacts, every action feels a lot more impactful, a lot more unique. This is really awesome for some kind of brawler game, platformers, or really any kind of game that wants an exaggerated animated feel. Then for some sci-fi characters, here we have a low poly astronaut pack. This one seems super versatile. You can make astronauts, EVA suits, modular characters. You can use this for character customization, make some space pets and some space props. So it feels like actually more than just a couple of models. Very nice if you want to build a whole little stylized space world. With this one pack, you can make the player, all the NPCs, all the companions, and so on. Then for another niche animation pack, this one is all about chair animations. Definitely one of those packs where you might not think about it at first, but if your game has NPCs sitting down, getting up, or interacting with chairs, if so, this can help out quite a bit. This would be perfect for background animations, for things in some kind of office, some tavern, classroom, some kind of home, so it's actually quite useful in many use cases. Then for some space visuals, here we have a pack of 16 stylized planets. I always love these kinds of packs. Just by dropping them into the background, you can instantly make your game world feel much bigger. This one includes Earth, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and the Moon. It also includes some exoplanets and really a solar system theme. This looks absolutely perfect for any kind of sci-fi game. Maybe use it just for the background or as the space map. Then here's a super cool post-processing pack. This one is all about glitch effects. If you want your game to look like a broken CRT, maybe a VHS tape, or some kind of digital corrupted reality, if so, this is exactly that vibe. Just add this on top of your game and everything looks very different very instantly. This could be really awesome for horror games, for cyberpunk games, or really just for making some really stylish transitions. Then if you're looking for just one single high quality character, here we have a tower monster. This one is just such a weird and memorable concept. It is not just yet another generic monster, it's a monster that's actually a tower. It feels like the kind of boss or elite enemy that would instantly give your game some personality. Perfect if you're making something inspired by Souls or Elden Ring. It definitely would fit perfectly in one of those games. And then here's a brand new Synthie pack. This one is a sci-fi outpost map. As always with Synthie, you know exactly what you're getting. That nice, clean, low poly style that is super easy to work with. This one is a complex sci-fi outpost, something like an alien, industrial, military, colony, camp. It can be almost anything you want. It's all very modular. So this would be really perfect for some kind of off-world outpost, maybe a survival game, or maybe a little sci-fi shooter map. Then here's a neat little interesting shader tool. This one is called Solid CSG. It's a clever technical visual effect. It lets you do things like Boolean subtraction. You can do some holes, some see-through effects. So very interesting for manipulating a bunch of meshes. It definitely feels like one of those assets that could be super useful for prototyping. You could easily come up with all kinds of shapes to build your levels, or really just use this in real time to make some really unique world interactions and transitions. Then for some environment props, here we have a really cool rusty vehicle pack. This one seems perfect for a post-apocalyptic game, something like The Last of Us with lots of urban decay, or you can use this just for adding some storytelling to an abandoned area. It includes some junky, abandoned, apocalyptic rusty cars, you've got some broken vehicles, you've got a buzz, motorcycle, really a ton of stuff. So yep, really great pack for dressing up some roadsides, some junkyards, or ruined cities. Next up, here's a super nice 2D effect. It's an interactive water simulation. Water is actually one of those things that instantly makes a 2D world feel a lot more alive, and this one is not just visual, it's interactive. The page mentions fluid simulation, it mentions how it includes buoyancy, 2D physics, it's supposedly pre-performant and works on a platformer, so this looks great for almost any 2D game where you've got side-scrolling camera view and some lakes, some rivers, or some really body of waters. Then for some combat visuals, here we have a Slash and Trails VFX pack. I always love these packs. This one is all about weapon hits, it's got sword slashes and those nice motion trails that make attacks feel that more impactful. This feels perfect for action RPGs, you can use it for hack and slash games, or really anything where melee attacks need a little more punch. Then here's a fun character customization pack. This one is all about masks. This one looks like it actually has quite a lot of range, quite a lot of variety. Some masks have some kind of fantasy theme, others look medieval or tribal, assassin, demon, so really tons of variety. This feels like one of those packs where you can get a ton of mileage out of it, whether you're making enemies, NPCs, or bosses, or really just trying to give your characters a bit of a more strong, unique visual identity. Just combine this with a character customization pack and all of a sudden you have even more variation. Then for some medieval props, here we have a pack of siege weapons. This one features a ton of stuff. You've got catapults, trebuchets, there's some of those things to bring down walls, some cannons, some giant arrows. Very cool, really nice models. Exactly the kind of thing that can instantly sell some kind of battlefield or siege mode. This is naturally perfect for any medieval war game, maybe an RTS or more of a city survival game, or maybe even something like a kingdom builder. Alright, so those are my top 20 new visual assets on the Unity App Store for April 26th. There's links all in the description, and as a bonus you can use the coupon code Monkey10 off to get 10% off your order. Alright, hope that's useful. Check out these videos to learn some more. Thanks to these awesome Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.